Hi, I'm Jeremy, back in the basement for another edition of Classic Guitar Rock, and we're going to learn a great song from the Beatles, 8 Days a Week. Stand by. Alright, 8 Days a Week, one of the Fab Four's big hits, and this one's pretty easy to play. There's some interesting little chord inversions at the beginning we'll play, but other than that, it's all pretty straightforward. The song is in D, so we'll be using your basic D cowboy chord. Okay, we'll also be doing an E7. Now, one thing about the Beatles, whenever they play an E7, they don't play this common fingering of it, at least what I think is probably the most common finger. They play the full E shape and then add their pinky down on the B string, the second string, 3rd fret. So just about any time you hear the Beatles play an E7, that's the form they play, because it sounds just a little different, just slightly different than that other version. But this is the one they'll usually play. Okay, and then there'll be a G chord, just your regular G chord. All right. And then, let's see, at some point we'll play a B minor, just your regular B minor bar chord shape. And let's see, what else will we play? And then we'll play an A chord in there somewhere too. So just basic open chords. The only little change up is the intro, which is really cool. And the Beatles were really great at throwing in these awesome inversions. And for the time, it was really amazing. If you want to learn a lot about putting great chords together, go back and learn a lot of Beatles songs, because they were really good at that. So the intro sounds like this. It fades up. Remember, the volume kind of swells up at the beginning, but it starts out like this. And it plays that through, and then it kicks into the verse. Well, let me show you how they're doing that. It's really easy. It's basically just a, you could look at it as part of a, well, I don't know the best way to look at it. It's basically the middle part of that E bar chord shape. But they're just playing these 3 notes. So let me just tell you the fingering. We're going to start out. We're in the 10th position, so we're at the 10th fret. Our ring finger is going to be on the 4th string, 12th fret. Middle finger, 3rd string, 11th fret. And our index finger, 10th string, or 2nd string, 10th fret. Then we're just going to play the high E open. That gives it that suspended sound. And then what they do is they add the pinky in on the B string, the 2nd string, 12th fret. So it'll pop down like this. Watch how I do that. See how I do that? Kind of hard to see, but we're just popping that pinky down on the B string, 12th fret. Notice you can hear that high open E ring. Okay, so once we have that down, it's easy, because all I'm doing now is I'm going to slide that whole shape up 2 frets. So now my index finger's at the 12th fret, my ring finger at the 13th, and my middle finger at the 13th, and my ring finger at the 14th. And I'm doing the same thing with my pinky. Then I slide up to the 15th fret for the whole shape. And then back down to the 10th fret where we started. So let me play that whole pattern for you. Okay, and remember that high E ringing is important. That kind of goes through that whole thing. So that's the trickiest part of the song, but one of the coolest parts too. So I'm going to, not that I'm a great singer, but I'm going to actually kind of sing along as I play this, just so you kind of see where the chord changes will go. So I'll do the intro and I'll go right into the verse, and then we'll stop again before we go into the chorus. So from the beginning it would go. Guess you know it's true. I hope you need my love, babe. You know, I was playing that whole thing and wasn't even showing you the chords. So let's try that again. I'm gonna back up and try that again. All right, so from the top. Ooh, I need your love, babe. Yes, you know it's true. I hope you need my love, babe, just like I need you. Okay, so that's the first part of the verse, and then we go into the chorus. The chorus is going to be that B minor. Hold me, love me, hold me, love me. Okay, ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. Okay? So the chords for that chorus were just B minor to G. Hold me, love me, hold me, E, love me. Ain't got nothing but love, babe. That's at E7. 8 days a week. Okay? Second verse, same as the first. Love you every day, girl, always on my mind. One thing I can say, girl, love you all the time. Okay, then the chorus, just gonna be the same as before. Hold me, love me, hold me, love me. Ain't got nothing but love, girl. 8 days a week. Okay, now here's the middle, or the bridge, whatever you want to call it. And it's pretty easy. 8 days a week. I'm singing a harmony part. I love you. 8 days a week is not enough to show I care. Whoever, I don't know what part I'm singing there, but you get the point. Okay, so that bridge part is 8 days a week. I love you. 8 days a week is not enough to show I care. Then you go back to the regular verse. Let's see, what verse am I on? He just does the first verse again after that part. So, ooh, I need your love, babe. I guess you know it's true. I hope you need my love, babe, just like I need you. And then we go back into the chorus one more time. Hold me, love me, hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, girl. 8 days a week. 8 days a week. And then it ends with the... Okay, and that's it. That's the whole song. Again, I'm not a Beatle and don't profess to sing like a Beatle, but it's helpful for me when I'm learning songs to sing along, and I would recommend that you do that. Even if you don't think your singing's great, if you sing while you're learning the songs, it tends to help you with your rhythm. And hey, it can only make your singing better, right? And if you can sing, that's gonna make you more marketable anyways, because it's one thing to be able to play the guitar, but if you can play the guitar and sing, that's even better. So if you have a recording of it, listen to it just to kind of see how the harmony parts sound and how things fit together. It's a great song by the Beatles. We'll look at a few more Beatles songs coming up as well. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time on Classic Guitar Rock. Bye-bye.